This is just a quick blurb on the Samsung Gear S2. I know it's pretty out of date, but I found one of these in the trash a while ago, and I was all excited because I'd never messed with a smartwatch before, and it's got heart rate monitoring and crap like that. So I figured, hey, I'll play with it. I got it home and it's got reactivation lock on it, so that was disappointing. So I decided to just buy one. So I bought this one. It was $20, so it's not a huge deal. The guy said it worked. He just never used it. A couple issues though. When I got it, I noticed there were a couple little spots on the bottom of the screen here, which I wasn't thrilled about. I had seen one advertised with that problem, but then I thought it sold. Maybe this was the same guy who bought it and then he resold it. I don't know. Anyway, it mostly worked for a little while, but then the back button decided it wanted to stop working. And also it would sit there at like 15-20% battery and then it would die. So it definitely needs a new battery. So took the back off. The battery charger thingy was sort of kind of glued to the back a little bit, so it kind of pulled it off of there. And hey, look, there's rust. So apparently some water got in here at some point. It's kind of difficult to see, but the back button up there, internally it's a little green. So I'll see if I can try to get it out. But then I pulled out the battery. I hope you like puffy batteries because this is a Samsung product, right? And Samsung products are kind of known for puffy batteries. If you got one of these and you still want to use it, even the S3s and stuff, it's been a few years. You might want to get a new battery lest this thing explode and burn your wrist off. Or at the very least, it'll probably damage your screen or the main board in here. So, yeah, this is just the Wi-Fi version. Apparently they made a couple different versions, and depending on where they were sold, they would support certain functions like NFC and Samsung Pay, but in other regions they wouldn't, which is annoying. So I managed to get reactivation lock off the other one and decided to see what the deal was with this one. And I may see about the button, but that assumes I can get this frame apart, which is, I don't know, it's probably glued together. Everything else is glued in here. Surprisingly, there were a few screws, but then I don't know where the water intrusion originated. Is it from the seal on the back of the case here? Is it from one of the buttons? What's the deal? So, I'll see if I can figure it out. If not, just go in the trash. Alright, so I actually got the chassis out, and hey, look, one of these things is not like the other. Wow, how about that? So apparently the corrosion's bad enough that the button itself decided to stay behind on the inside of the case there. So, right, so I cleaned it up a bit, and it doesn't actually even look like that one pad was ever soldered in. This is why I don't recommend Samsung products. They charge a premium for this crap, and this is what you get. So I'm going to try to actually fix it to the deal here. See how that goes. If I can get it to cooperate, I might buy a battery for it. Well, the button's back on better than it was. So I'm going to slap it back together and see if it actually does anything for me. Alright, well, it sort of pretends like it's alive, but the screen never does anything. So the screen zonked out before I took it apart. So I don't know if it's, something finally took it from when apparently the water got in here, or what the deal is. The back button feels okay. But yeah, all this thing does now is, make the motor vibrate. So, probably just gonna pull the battery, throw the contents in a plastic bag, and send it to e-waste. Because it doesn't have any value. I mean, it didn't have a lot of value in the first place. I was gonna do another video if this thing worked, because depending on if you plug this thing into an Android phone or an iPhone, you've got different apps, and on iPhone it shuts off NFC, which is pretty annoying. It doesn't even show up as an option. So I don't know who started the whole Android versus Apple wearable war, but yeah, because now you can't use Apple stuff on Android, so now you can't use Android stuff on Apple, like at all. At least you could kind of use this on iPhones, right? Because you can get your Samsung Health and whatnot on there. I would have paired this to an Android phone, this one that I'm using right now in particular, but Samsung Health doesn't activate unless you've got a SIM in it, and I don't want to get yet another cell phone SIM just to use my stupid step monitor. So yeah, I didn't. But yeah, it's really annoying. Yeah, I don't know who shot first, but now it sucks equally. So if you want a wearable, you got to match Apple or Android for Apple or Android. You can't use one on the other. Whatever. Yeah, we're done with this.